What's going on, guys? Well, a friend of mine, a friend in the group here in the DFW area was giving out some stuff. He gave out some mirror blades, which are pretty rough shape. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use those. But he gave me 2 sets of legs and a set of bolts. Now, they're already cleaned out. This is how they were before. Look at that. All rusted and bad, and now they're cleaning up like that with 1,000 grit. Now I'm going to clean them from the inside too for a little bit worse from the inside. But what I'm going to do with these are a little bit shorter than the Gottlieb System 3 ones, but they fit. So what I want to do with these is I want to make my Gottlieb System 3s a little bit lower for my son, so you can play them easier. But I think if I'm going to go through with that project to rebuild the Streetfighter and the Mario Brothers completely new, I might use these to get powder coated to the colors that I want. But I got these for free. All I'm gonna do is clean them up, make them shiny, and they're gonna be good to go on the machines. And the machines will be like an inch or 2 lower, so it'll be easier for a lot of people to play. How's it going, guys? Figure I'd cover this real quick. So I'm putting these Cliffy protectors on my Last Action Hero, which didn't come with the game. So you can see there's a significant amount of wear, which is very common. There's wear here, not too much, but a little bit. So I bought these on eBay, actually, not from Cliffy's. There's another guy selling them, but they're pretty much the same thing. They're pretty thick, actually. And so this will protect the hole from wearing out even more. And you have to remove some of the posts. Like for this, I had to remove the ramp and all these top section here to get to there. I have to remove all this top stuff here. And I have to remove this one, but it's from under the playfield, so I have to get under the playfield and do that. But once I do that, then I'll be able to put the protectors in and I don't have to worry about damaging that anymore. One thing that you will notice though is because there's missing wood on there, these will dent up with time. I've noticed that on my Streetfighter as well, so just be aware that these are gonna dent up with time. Regardless though, it's a good thing for this game to do that if you want to prolong the life of the game. As you can see, this one's really clean. Alright, so here's some updates. So I put the shorter legs actually on the Rescue 911. Ended up finding out that Gottlieb System 3s had a change throughout the years. Super Mario Brothers, Street Fighter 2 were much earlier in production, and the bolts for the front of it are much lower. This Rescue 911 is a little bit later in the production line. They put the holes a little higher, and so the legs are much longer. You can see down there, those are the original Street Fighter. Those are much longer. So I actually put same size, the legs that I got for free, cleaned them up, put them on here. They're the same size as the Last Action Hero. And you can see there, now they're about the same height, much lower, not so high, and it's perfect. Now you're wondering, why did I take off the entire playfield again? Well, when I got the free legs, I also got the free mirror blades. Now one of the mirror blades was completely fine, covered completely, and so that one's on that side. You see it's shiny. And these I think were for Williams systems. And this side was pretty damaged. It was missing some of the protective plastic that goes over it, and it had been scraped and a little bent. But quite honestly, I figured I'd put it in this game because this is the one that's all bad, and all the buildings are right here, so it covers most of it anyways. And then it has a few spots that are good. The only bad spots are right here. You can kind of see it's all scratched up right there. Now I did run through extensively on that machine and went with the super polish. The white's usually the one that you go with, but I went with this green, which is for a really shiny finish. I got that at Harbor Freight, of course, and I went to town on this blade for quite a while, like an hour, just back and forth, and I think it cleaned out really well, although I never put it on my Street Fighter or my Mario Brothers because you can see the scratches. But since it's going to be hidden, and it's surprising that on camera you can't see it too well. I guess I did a pretty good job on it, but you can see it there. You see all the scratches. They're light now, but and it's bent here in certain places. Now I ended up going with carpenter's carpet tape, which is like this weird, it has fibers in it, and it's double-sided tape to stick these on here, and these will fit on a Gottlieb. Surprisingly, look at that. They fit on a Gottlieb pretty well. Now there'll be some holes and stuff there that are because, you know, the way the box is designed on Williams machines opposed to Gottlieb is different, and those are the holes for the bolts and all that. But it fits perfect. The only thing I recommend is if you're gonna put mirror blades, remove the playfield, make it so much easier. That way you're not scratching the mirror blades and all that stuff. But I got these for free. All I had to do was really shine them up, make them my own. Now I put the other shiny legs on the Streetfighter as well. Now there's the Streetfighter Streetfighter lock bar. I'm going to take off the orange. So I got some stripper here, some citrus strip, and I'm going to shine them up again to make it stainless steel. So I'm making both my Mario Brothers and my Streetfighter stainless steel for now. I'm going to really shine up the stainless steel. So let's see how this goes. Well, put it all back in. This is the end result here. Man, that looks really, really good. I'm liking the mirror finish. You see, there's the hole there, but I don't really care. I mean, this game I got so cheap. And I got all these extra parts for cheap. And I got the legs for free, I got the mirror blades for free. So all I had to do was put a little work and elbow grease and make it look good. And I put it on that side too. So you can kind of see a little bit of the background, see? So there's a bunch of scratches right there in that section, but the buildings cover most of it. So who cares? Like, it gets the job done. And here, this side was not too scratched up, so it polished up really, really well. And so even though this is not really tight, I don't care. This is fine. I should have put more adhesive, but once you stick it on, you can't do more. This side did a better job. So I know going forward, if I do this again, how I'm gonna do it. You can see that it kind of ends right there. But that's just because of the way these were designed. These were designed for Williams, so it's a different type of box. But they work. They work good enough for me. I got them for free, so I can't complain about that. For sure. So Williams mirror blades work on a Gottlieb. You just have to kind of take the playfield out and make it work. But man, that looks super nice. I've really made this Rescue 911 look really, really good. So that's it, guys.
Video. It's a little different today. I'm doing some experimentation. Let's see how this goes. Kind of already started, but I recently picked up this Princess Peach Castle and the Bowser airship for like 20 bucks off Marketplace the other day. And so I got the idea of thinking, why don't I use the Peach Castle as a topper? So I didn't want to just stick it up there and have no functionality. So what I'm gonna be doing is, there's the old Streetfighter wiring. I actually went through and cut all the important things out. All the bulbs, all the solenoids. I even cut out all of the general illumination bulbs here. So these are just general illumination. Because I'm gonna tap into the general illumination to power those bulbs, but then I am gonna run one specific flasher to run through there that I picked up from the wiring there. You can see there, I'm kind of devising ways of how I'm gonna do this. Now, here's the front of the castle. So the general illumination is gonna light the castle up, and then whenever I tie this GI to one of the GIs over there, I'll see what happens. And the good thing about it is, if I was using incandescents, I wouldn't do this, but because we're using LEDs, the driver board isn't being stressed with all these lights, added lights, because they don't draw as much power. So as you can see there, they're gonna sit in there. Here's the top of the castle right there. So those two illumination bulbs are gonna light up the entire inside of here. And it's gonna sit up there. And then I'm gonna throw in a few more bulbs here on the back. I think I'm gonna put 3 more. I put one there. See, I already pre-drilled some holes. I'm gonna stick one there. I'm gonna stick one here, and then stick one there. And what I'm gonna do is for the castle pikes here, these towers, I'm gonna run these fire bulbs from Comet. And what they do is they shoot a beam. One stays on, but the other 3 alternate, so it looks like it's like like a type of fire, or it looks animated for that sense. So it looked like it'll be glowing on and off up here. So I'm gonna do that and see how that goes. So I'll be right back once I'm done, and let's see how this turns out. I'm really excited to try this out, and I made a little test bench so that I can run through the wiring here on the coin door, so I can test it before I actually go up there and do the final attachment to the actual pinball machine. So let's see how this goes.
Alright guys, so I've fully wired it up. Now I did a test wire here. Now I have it to where I can plug it and unplug it, so it's a pretty easy step once I put it in there. But you can see there, 2 general illumination bulbs are in there, so that's cool whites. Now the flasher hasn't been connected just yet, but it's a red flasher, so it will make a big contrast with that cool white. Now for the towers, these 2 towers are red, so you can see that they're red there. And then this tower is blue, to kind of give a contrast between the red and, so these are the ones that I was talking about that Comet sells. So you can see 1 light stays on and the other 3 flash. Same for here. You can see there. So it's a really cool little setup. You can see there I kind of wired everything up, piggybacked it. I only have 2 wires going out of this. And because they're LEDs, they don't waste too much power anyways. So this will be good. Now if you're wondering, there's a cover in the back. There is no cover in the back, at least that I'm aware of. But I don't really care. I only paid 20 bucks for this and the airship. So maybe later on I might actually do the airship together with the castle. But for now I just want to do the castle, see how it looks. And then I would connect the flasher to one of these particular bulbs. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. Now because these are general illumination bulbs, I cannot connect them to these type of bulbs, I think. There's a diode that goes through there. So I'd have to put diode. Well, they already have diodes in, but maybe. But you can see there I did general illumination to that. So what I'm gonna do is gonna run it through the top, and then there's a hole through the back of the box that I can run the wires to feed in here, and just piggyback into one of these general illumination bulbs or whatever, and I'll be good to go. And so that'll work really, really nicely. So let's see how that goes. So this is the Streetfighter bar there. I took off the paint. You can see there's some damage here and there, scratches that were hidden underneath that orange paint. Here's still some of the paint. You can see there's not coming off. Kind of hard to get it off in this section, but it'll fall off eventually with use. Now there's the Mario Brothers. Now I put the citrus strip on it and let it sit for a while, and you can see that the paint just comes right off. Look at that. Look at that. So it'll reveal what condition the bar is, and if I like it, I'll probably polish it up too and have it as a spare. I'll save this as a spare part, so that'll be good. Well guys, you saw that what I had done with the Rescue 911, but there's a lot going on here, and while I was recording the video I got a package. I wasn't expecting this till next week. So I've got a spare upper playfield for Streetfighter 2. I bought this off PB Resource. They don't have brand new ones, but they had this used one with all of the parts already to it, which I thought was a good deal because, this was like $39 for this piece here with all the extra hardware, which is a really good deal. And then mine up there is like in new condition. I know that it was replaced new. So I'm gonna send that top one to get clear coated, and then I'll just install this one in there for now so I can play the game and enjoy it. And then once I get the both clear coated play fields, then I'll install them, and it'll be a ton of work. And you can see here, this was on the Rescue 911. I really shined it up really, really good. There's the legs that I got for free. Shine those up, shine the bolts too. So that's all shiny. So it's gonna be all chromed out now. I'm not gonna. I'll leave this though. This is fine, and that kind of ties in really well. But I'll leave everything else metal. Same thing with Mario Brothers. I just got the brand new side blades here. These are brand new, and the reason I got them is because the Street Fighter also has them new. When I bought them, when I bought the game, the guy had just installed new ones, and so these are brand new too. Now someone had already taken these off and painted them black. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the black off of them, and I'm going to attempt to make these really shiny, and if I can make them really shiny, then I'll put them either on the Rescue 911 or I'll keep them as a spare if I ever find another System 3 game. Now, I got the last lock bar from PB Resource that's brand new. And you can see this thing is brand spanking new. He had just got a few in stock, and not even a few days after I saw that, I called him up and I was able to lock down the last one. So these are a little more expensive, like $80. I mean, nobody makes them anymore. It's very difficult to find. I was surprised I was able to get a brand new one. Now this one has not been polished, as you can see, so it very matches the way the stainless is on the side rails. But if you polish it, it'll look a little shiny like that. So I think I'll just leave it as is because it'll match, well, you know, the side rails and all that. The legs already, I replaced the black legs. The black legs were bent. And I got these from a guy on, I think I got it from the Voodoo Glass guy at the PPF event. He sold them to me really cheap for 20 bucks. All I did was shine up the bolts that I had already, and so that looks really nice already. But yeah, I'm literally gonna do a lot to these games once I get the clear coats. I don't expect to do anything to the actual cabinets. I just don't want to mess with them. I want to leave the cabinets original, you know, kind of give that original patina, but everything else will be brand new. All the side of hardware, all of the art, all of the playfield will be brand new. I'm gonna polish up every single part on this now that I've gotten much better and hands-on. Like before, I just cleaned the playfield and cleaned the parts by hand, but now that I have the buffer machine, I can polish these things much nicer and go 100% on this thing. But man, talk about I've invested quite a lot of money on these, but it's just a hobby that I enjoy putting time and effort into it, and it'll come out really, really good. So we'll see. All right, guys, as you can see, I'm done. Now I took the black off of this and then just shined it really good. That was good enough for now. I've still got the new one that I got from PB Resource. I'm gonna use this one later on down the road. Now these I took off of the Mario Brothers, and I think I'm gonna strip the paint off of them. And I'm gonna try to polish them to be really shiny. And I might have some spares for down the road if I find another game that I can replace these on. But you can see there, nice and shiny, brand new. Now it's all matching properly. Everything's stainless on both machines. And I think it looks much better that way, honestly. And then as you can tell on the Rescue 911, that turned out really, really good too. So I'm set to go on these as far as cosmetically. Yes! Just a new pin plate. Well guys, I did end up stripping the paint. So they had painted them and put a primer on these, not on the lug bars like I thought. So these had gray primer, and then I've been painted black. Now these, I've already polished them, but yeah, they're pretty worn. You know, they still shined up decently, but I think these will be good candidates to get powder coated. So I think that's what I'm going to do with these. I want to powder coat. I want to do a little bit of experimenting with powder coating. Not me personally, but as far as like picking a color, I've always wanted to powder coat the Mario ones, but it's very difficult to find a color. I've seen red, I've seen yellow, and they both don't look right. So I have to find a really decent color that I think will work with Mario. Maybe we're throwing a little flakes in there. But yeah, you can see still some of the primer there stuck. It's really tough to get off, even when I use that citrus stuff. They were in really decent shape. A little bit of bends here and there, but they're worth saving, not throwing away. That's for sure. All right, guys, last minute edit here. So I've done quite a few things. I've added Pin Stadium lighting with GI flashers and stuff, attachments and all that. So that's why it lights a different color. Sorry, excuse me. I've added a Dominic car.
for Fast and the Furious, just for kicks. They were at Target for like $5 or whatever. And I added some micro LEDs to it so it lights up and the lights there. And then I put 2 hidden micro LEDs on the top of the roof of it so it lights up the car there. And then on Mario Brothers, I also added the Pin Stadium lighting. And I've added a boo there that lights up whenever you hit the inside target there. The boo lights up too over there. But the reason for my last minute edit is I'm going to get the brand new playfield tomorrow, actually. Today's Monday, tomorrow's Tuesday. And so I'll be receiving it in the mail. I'll be at work, but when I get home from work, I'll be here receiving it. I'll be opening it. I'm going to probably do a video on the opening procedure and just showing off how nice of a playfield it's going to be in this machine. And then from then on, it's going to be every day I come home from work, I'm going to work on it an hour or 2, taking it all apart, doing massive surgery for moving every single component off of this board onto the new playfield. Every single thing, bottom and top, everything has got to go to the new one. And I have to document the entire process. I figured I want to do it. It'd be a pretty cool undertaking. And I'm just really interested to see how the videos turn out. Now I've got to get my habits better. I'm really bad at recording on a regular basis. When I do things, I just tend to kind of get in the zone and forget about, doing the recordings of what I'm doing, giving different angles of different things. So this one, they might be long videos covering me taking everything apart little by little and you guys seeing it. I just don't know how I'm going to do it, but we'll see. I just have to put a mental note in my head that, hey, you're going to release these videos on covering how your entire surgery for the pinball, swapping playfield went. Yeah, anyone that's ever done this in the pinball world can tell you how much work it is. And this is my first one, so I kind of feel it's a little special because this is my first game that I ever bought, and I'm doing so much to it. I've invested so much money. Like, honestly, I got the color DMD. I've done LED things here and there, and it's just, I'm always trying to find new things to make mine be a very pristine example. Regardless, that's in the video, guys. So the coming videos are going to be me replacing the playfield on the Streetfighter, and then I'm supposed to be getting in October at some point the brand new playfield for Mario Brothers. But Mario Brothers, I have to actually work on the cabinet too, so we'll see about that. So again, guys, have a good one and see you soon.